Park 4. Yo, Sadat, what's up, man?
Hey, man, like I said, man, I'm here, man. You gave me a light routine and a little thing to follow, because that's what I think is important for guys that's 50 and over.
Well, hold. First of all, who are you?
My name is Sadat X. I'm 1/4 member of Brand Nubian, the rap group. We've been doing it for like 30, damn near 40 years now, and we still doing it. And luckily, we're all still here as a group. We still got all our members is left.
Now, Sadat, what's your government?
Government is Derek Murphy. You understand?
Now, were you Derek X? Was that the?
Derek X. I was Derek X. And the reason why I came into Sadat X because, you know, I came into a group of brothers in the 5% Nation, the Nation of Gods and Earths. And, you know, I came up under them, and I took Sadat X as a name befitting of the nation.
All right. How old are you?
55 years old, man. 55 and going strong,
Where
man.
you was born at?
Born right here in the Bronx, man. Right down the block, Bronx Lebanon Hospital I was born in.
What year?
1968.
Elementary school in the Bronx?
I went to Frank D. Whalen Elementary, and then we moved up to Westchester to New Rochelle, and I went to Albert Leonard Middle School, and I was playing basketball in high school. I went to Salesian High School.
Up in New Rochelle?
Yes, sir.
You was nice with the ball?
I was pretty nice with the ball. Yeah, pretty nice with the ball.
What position you played?
I played off guard, you know, and some of my heroes growing up, good hero who I happened to see uptown yesterday was Rod Strickland. Rod is forever my hero. Rod and Pearl Washington. I came up around that era watching them boys play, and I came right behind them.
Now, Sadat, you grew up in a two-parent household?
Yes, sir. Two-parent household. You know, my mother was present and my father was present.
Brothers and sisters?
I got one brother, older brother, and I had a younger sister, you know, so, you know, pretty much, you know, was taught, you know, respectful of my parents, was taught to work ethics, and went to school and, you know, did what I could do.
Now, your father was in your life, in the house?
Sir. Yes, sir.
When you came home from school, you saw him?
My father was from right over the bridge in Lincoln Projects in Harlem. He met my mother, they got married, he worked in the East Side, and he worked in child support services, and moved up to New Rochelle, but he was very present in my life, you know, very respected role model, similar to James Evans, or the Good Times.
Now, Sadat, what nationality are you? Where your people? You from the islands, or you foundational Black American?
I'm foundational Black American. Actually, I had a friend of mine who works at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. And she did a family trace on us, and it goes all the way back. The earliest trace is in Madagascar, which is an island off of the coast of Africa.
Right.
So that's where my original family's from, and came up through South Carolina, North Carolina, until we got to New York.
Right. You graduated high school?
Yes, I did. I graduated high school. I went to college for a little while.
Where?
I went to Northeast Louisiana for basketball. Then I went to Howard for a little while, and then I went to Hunter College. I didn't graduate. I'm still about a year and a half short of graduating, and that's one of the goals that eventually I want to achieve. And not just to graduate, you know, to say I just want to do that for me, because I put in the time and the years. I want to do that for myself.
Now, Sadat, what year? Talk to me. When was the first time you heard hip hop? What was your first introduction to hip hop, and who was your first hero in hip hop?
Okay, well, my first, if you can see, they got some white buildings that's jutting out right over there. That's Concourse Village. That's where I'm originally from. Concourse Village. Across the street is Melrose Projects, Jackson Projects.
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx, Park Avenue. So I was privy to hear a lot of it outside in the parks. You know, I was privy to see when they used to bring the equipment outside and do the park jams and plug it into the street lights. So I saw it firsthand how it went down, man. And you know, that grew a love for me. And my earliest hero, and I tell him all the time, is Grandmaster Caz from the Cold Crush Brothers. Like, I would write his rhymes down in my book just for no reason, just so I could say them. And when he was saying them on those tapes, I could follow along and just say, yo, I wrote it down and I know exactly what he's saying. You know, I was a disciple of him, Fearless 4, Jazzy 5, all those older groups, man. I was really a fan of.
Now, when did you figure out, when did you decide, when did somebody suggest to you that, yo, Sadat, you could be an MC, or you a nice MC?
Okay.
Talk about that.
Well, what it was is, man.
We in the Bronx, y'all.
Yeah, you already know. What it was, man, is that my father came home one day with a mixer, like a mixer, and he bought me a couple of records, some of the earliest hip hop records, and I started like DJing at first. Then as it went on, you know, through middle school, some of them early rap days, I started rapping. And in New Rochelle, it's but so big, but it's literally New Rochelle, it could be here, and the Bronx is where them buildings is right there. You could walk from New Rochelle to the Bronx. And it was a group in the city called Masters of Ceremony. That was Grand Poobah's first group.
Yeah.
And you know, like, he was like the one that was on in the city already. So in order for you to get a hip hop contact, you had to go through him. You know, so I would rhyme, and you know, it was a place in New Rochelle, the library, and all aspiring rappers would go there and try to rhyme, and I would go there, and I would run into Lord Jamar over there. He would be there rhyming, and I would rhyme, and Poobah took an interest in us, and he would take us to the studio, and like, we might have an 8-hour session where I would get 4 hours, Jamar would get 4 hours, and he would work with us and try to get us together, and somehow we made a song together, just by coincidence. And somebody was like, yo, that sounds good, all y'all on the record.
What song was that?
It was a song called I Ain't Going Out Like That. That's the song that never even made the album or nothing. It was just something that we did. You understand? Like Jazzy J, the great Jazzy J, made that, and we did it in his studio, Allison Avenue in the Bronx. And from there, Poobah had already had the contacts in rap. He took it downtown, and within a year or two, we had a deal.
And y'all, so the deal y'all got was under the name Brand Nubian?
Under the name Brand Nubian. We got the deal, actually, before we even had a name of the group. We had to, they was gonna give us a deal. They was like, well, what's the name of the group? We was like, damn, we ain't even really got no name. We had to come up with a name of the group. And we came up with Brand Nubian.
What company was this?
This was on Elektra Records. Elektra, they were an established label, but they were new in the rap game. You understand? So we were one of their first groups.
Yo, you said Masters of Ceremonies,
yes,
man. They had the other kid, and it was Grand Poobah, and the other Don Barron.
Don Barron, and Doctor Who, definitely. Local heroes.
So y'all signed with Elektra, and then what happens from there?
From there, we signed with Elektra. They put out the album, and you know, like.
That was the first album?
The first album.
With Wake Up?
Wake Up and everything. And the thing is, it took a minute for it to generate, because we put it out and was like, damn, man, like, we might have put it out, I think we put it out in December. It didn't really start hitting.
What year?
That was 1990. And it didn't hit until maybe about April. You know what I'm saying? By April it started hitting, and then it was everywhere. It was all over the place, you know? It was bugged out to see, because, you know, being in the city, I had played basketball, so, you know, I was a little name in basketball. But now dudes were seeing me like, yo, I seen the video. Is that you rapping? Like, you rap? I was like, yeah, man. You know, it was real. It was crazy to see, because back then everybody couldn't get a deal. You had to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't everybody running around being a rapper. You had to really be nice to be rapping.
Classic album. Man.
Yeah, thank you.
Classic album. What are some of the countries that you traveled to based on that album?
Oh man, on that album I've traveled, Germany, Russia, the Ukraine,
performing
France,
song.
Italy, all those songs. Performing, we've been everywhere, all over and still to this day can continue to go everywhere. I got friends in Russia that I've had for 35 years, that when I go to Russia, I can go to somebody's house and they'll host me, and we've been 35 years. They'll come here, and I done took dudes from Europe to Harlem, to the Rucker games, to eat everywhere, you know, to the rooftop, to everywhere. Like, it's really like affording me an opportunity to see the world, man. I'm not mad at it.
Now, Sadat, when you went to these places in Europe and all over the world, they knew the lyrics to the songs?
Yeah, they did. See, and that's one thing about Europe, man. Like, they took a real pride in knowing that. So you go to Europe, and they'll come to the show. They might come to the show and bring their kids, and their kids will know the words, because they've already schooled them ahead of time. This is who's coming. This is the song, and they'll actually know your stuff.
Yeah. Now that album, which I got that album, and Little Sean, me and Sean listening to Wake Up Sunshine.
Little Sean, that's my man too, boy.
Thank you, man.
That's my man.
Thank you. It had a heavy 5% of influence.
Yes.
Conscious.
Yes.
That what was going on at the time in hip hop, the conscious era?
Well, that was the conscious era. You remember that era of the Black Beads and the Malcolm X pieces
X-Clan
and X-Clan, and it was move, Do the Right Thing and Malcolm X movie. It was an era. That was a time of black social consciousness and awareness, and we fell right into that groove.
Now, Sadat, what happened to that era, you think, man?
I think, man, that era, it became difficult for the record companies because a lot of us was waking up and questioning a lot of things that was going on in the world and in the record industry, where they figured that, with this gangster music that was right behind it, that was more easier. See, when we had the conscious era, you couldn't put that in a box, because the conscious era was all over. It was Public Enemy. It was Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubian. You had X-Clan.
Kane.
Yeah, Kane. It was all over the place. Whereas when the gangster came, you could put all that in a box, and you could control that box. You know what I'm saying? See, the most fearful thing is an awoke black man. You understand? It's a black man with knowledge of himself. I was taught that from the guards. That's what they fear the most. Once we start knowing our rightful place and what is rightfully ours, that scared a lot of people.
Knowledge of self, so that what that mean?
Knowledge of self, that means knowing who you are, knowing your awareness, and your family. You understand? See, we were what was called poor righteous teachers. That I was taught that in the Nation of Gods and Earth. I was a poor righteous teacher, and my duty was to teach civilization to the black families. You understand? And with us, the record company, they were fearful of that because we kept on saying the black families this and that, and they thought we hated white people. We didn't hate white people. We didn't hate white people at all. We just wanted to wake our people up. Because remember, along with that era at that time was the crack era. You understand? We were coming out of that crack era, and I don't know nobody who came through that era who wasn't impacted by somebody in your family, maybe yourself, or somebody was impacted by that era. And we were just saying, our people have been so messed up with this thing right here, we got to teach them first. We'll get to y'all, but we got to save our black families first. And I think that a lot of people in high positions were scared of that.
Now, Sadat, I'm foundational Black American. You foundational
Yes, sir.
Black American. What's wrong with us, man? As a collective. Now, individually, there's some bright spots and some success stories, but collectively, as a group, I always say this. I talk to my man in Canada all the time. I say, man, either the nigga is right and the other 8 billion people are wrong, or either the nigga wrong and all the 8 billion people are right. But what's your take on us collectively as a unit, man?
One thing collectively as a unit I feel with black people is that
the foundational black man. Let's not include the Jamaican.
We're going foundational black man. Yep, okay. I think that we kind of lost the trust in each other. You understand? Because that was a big thing. When they said, like, when we had segregation, okay, some of the stuff was messed up with segregation, but when we did have segregation, we had strong black schools. We had strong doctors and teachers. Whereas when we branched out now, and it's sorry to say, but like, you be like, when dealing with another black dude, you be like, what this nigga? Let me see this nigga. Oh, this nigga, I know this nigga got a con, or this nigga that, or this nigga that. I think we lost a lot of the trust in each other. And once we lost the trust in each other, that spiraled out. Then we became from not having a lot of stuff. When we got stuff, we stopped valuing things, jewelry, cars, stuff like that. Since we weren't able to get a lot of that stuff, once we got it, we placed more value in that stuff than supposed to be, instead of placing it in family and learning and doing trades. Certain things became corny. Like, it became corny to be a plumber or a mechanic. That wasn't it no more. You understand? When I tell these, it was a kid that had a chance to go to the plumbing, be an apprentice for plumbing, and he didn't take it because he said he wanted to do some rapping stuff or this or that. I said, you could have did both. I said, but that plumbing would have fed you for the rest of your life. You understand? We got off track somehow.
Now, what do you think? What's the solution? What's our solution, man? What?
Well, our solution, I feel, is that, you know, the household, the foundational black household has got to be, if possible, if it's the situation, led by the black man. You understand? Because he's the foundation, and we got to get back to teaching again. You understand? We got to get back to teaching. You know, and somehow we lost the respect. Like, when I was young coming up, my father taught me, if an older black dude come to you and tell you something, even if you don't like it, you listen and you respect that.
That's right.
Whereas now you try to tell some of these kids something, then, oh, go ahead, OG, I don't even try to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We lost the respect, man, of our elders, man, and you know, it's got to be a two-way thing. Like, I see the young boys all the time. If you going into a store and you see about 10 young boys in the front, what's up, fellas? Y'all all right? That's all. Because they looking at you, you looking at them. It don't make no sense to go into the store and not say nothing to each other. Y'all all right? Y'all good today? Everybody good? All right, then. You understand what I'm saying? Then they be like, well, OG spoke. Then if you see, sometimes I see some, listen, y'all gonna do what y'all do. But this is the ramification behind it. I'm just telling y'all, all right, OG, we'll consider that. And then you'll be surprised. Sooner, sometimes they come, yo, OG, when you told me that, I thought about it, you was right on that.
I was telling somebody the other day, man, that when we was hanging out outside and one of your friends' mothers came up, everybody spoke to
Yes.
him.
Yes,
You know,
definitely.
whatever y'all was
Whatever
talking
you
about,
was doing,
you could've
exactly.
been talking about anything, but when their mother pulled up and she had bags, or
You
something,
helped her.
You
You,
stopped what you was doing, and you. that
Miss
was
Jones, you need
respect.
some help?
Right.
How are you, Miss Jones? Boom. You could have been doing the most foul thing y'all was doing, but when they can, yeah, put that away. Boom. How you doing, Miss Jones? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of lost the respect to that, man.
Do you think that's the breakdown of the father being missing from the boys?
A lot of it, man. And you know, like people don't really realize how that crack era really.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
People don't really realize, man, like that era, like for the generation under me and even the one under me, that era took away a lot of our black men, man. Like that crack era, like put a lot of our brothers incarcerated. That's when they was getting big, 25 years, 27 years, 30 years. Well, you got
minimum.
Yeah, well, you got dudes coming home now from that era.
Non-violent drug offenses.
Non-violent drug offenses. We lost a lot of our leadership in that time, where nothing wrong with it, but the women were forced to raise, you know, these kids, and they did the best they can. But at some point, when you raising a son, you need a man there at some point. Somebody to give them some guidance. You understand? A woman she's great because it's women that have raised men. But if you can, you need that presence there, man. And we lost a lot of that presence, man. And we still catching up from a lot of that.
Now, whose fault, Sadat? Who's that fault? Because, you know, a lot of foundational black Americans walk around their whole life blaming the white man and the system and this, and and you will find some that dwell in the mentality of accountability and responsibility. What's your position?
My position is it's our fault. A lot of it's our fault. We fell to the devilish men. We already knew their agenda. See, that was when I came up with the guards. They already told us, like, white people, they're gonna do what they do. You understand? That's their nature. They're gonna do what they do. People cause devilishment, cause division. That's what they do. It's up to us as people to know the difference between right and wrong. A lot of brothers, we chose the easy path. We did wrong shit. You know, we paid for it, sometimes unjustly, but we sold crack. We killed each other, this and that. And, you know, you can blame the well, they bought it in the hood. Yeah, they bought it in the hood, but we took it.
That don't mean you gotta pick it up.
Exactly. We picked it up. So, you know, if you're going to be mad at that, a lot of it's on us, man. We chose to do what we wanted to do, and unfortunately, a lot of us paid for it. Maybe unjustly in some cases, but we paid for it.
What do you think the solution is going forward for us as black men?
As black men, I feel, man, and this is just my feeling about it, man. I feel as a black man, it's our duty to teach, man. See, when I was in the 5% Nation, they taught us the duty of a civilized man is to teach. So I feel it's our duty to teach, man. Any way you can teach. You see something going wrong with some young brothers, or some young brothers doing this, teach them, man. Let them know, because see, a lot of times, you know, the younger brothers, they just want somebody to listen to and teach, you know, and we got to be able to listen to them also. It can't just be my one way of teaching, because times have changed. I can't teach nobody 1986 ways in 2024. So it's got to be a medium. We got to have a medium with these young people, and we just got to teach, man. We got to, and if you can't, you're not going to be able to save everybody. Save one at a time.
So what do you think about the state of today's hip hop? If you can call it hip hop.
Yeah, it's different now, man. You know, like, you can literally go in your house, get on your organ or whatever you do, record something, make a video of it, and send it out to the world today. You can do that today. You can go home.
In the next 45 minutes.
In the next 45 minutes, you can put something together and throw it out there. You understand? Whereas when I came up, it was more of a craft. You understand? You had to listen and see. I was always taught my family to read and to know stuff. A lot of the hip hop, I think, changed because these kids don't really know stuff no more. Like, they don't read. Like, my nephew, like, when I was coming up, I read A Message to the Black Man in different texts and pamphlets that was required reading. You understand? Like, some of these kids, they don't read at all. They don't read anything. Everything is taken off this computer. Everything is taken for face value. They think, I taught in the school system in Brooklyn for 5 years. And these kids think that every rapper is rich and you're getting $1 million for this and that. And that was my hardest breakdown of telling these kids, it's not like that. You know, like, you see these people with jewelry on in the video, but you don't see the people from the jewelry company on the side after the end of the video. Okay, you taking this off and you giving that back to them. If you're in a video and you're in a house, if the deed is not in your name, it's not your house. You understand what I'm saying? This car is not your car. You know, I tell them, I don't have much, but I have a house. It's in my name. It's my property. You understand what I'm saying? It's mine. And
that's my bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
I
you know,
wasn't sure. I'm sorry.
and you know, and a lot of times, man, these kids is living in a delusional type of world. You know what I'm saying? They not, and that's why we getting phased out. I tell these kids, when I used to teach, I used to be like, you need to be specialized in something, whether medical field, you got to get out the way, medical field, or you know. Yep. Go all the way over, because it's in that range. Medical field, technology. You need to be specialized in something, because as we see, jobs are getting phased out. They're putting computers to do something. Yeah, artificial intelligence. Robots are doing jobs that once had people doing. So, you know, like, they phasing us out, man.
Now, Sadat, give me your top 5 MCs.
Okay. Top 5. Ooh. This is my personal top 5. It's going to be a little bit different from a lot of other people. I'm going to put AG from Showbiz and AG in my top 5. That's my man. I came up with him right over there. AG. I'm going to put Grandmaster Caz. I'm going to put Grand Poobah. I'm going to put, see. Okay, I got 3 right here. I'm going to put Kendrick Lamar, because I like him a lot.
Wow.
I'm going to put him.
Wow.
I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put I got Coogee Rap. Coogee Rap.
So
Definitely.
Sadat, you not fronting on the young MCs, the new age MCs?
No, I'm not. The thing is, they come out at such high volume, I can't keep up with them. You know, like I listen to somebody and I'm like, okay, this is that. No, like my nephews and all them. No, this is him now. I be like, well, he sounds just like this dude. Like, they're coming out so much now, man. It's hard for me to keep a bead on them.
All right, Sadat, now you got your Instagram. Y'all follow my man Sadat on his Instagram. What's your Instagram, Sadat?
Sadat X Brand Nubian.
Now you shoot a reel just about every morning.
Yeah.
Of you working in the hospital, which kind of piggybacks off what you just said, that a lot of these rappers ain't rich, you know. So you have a full-time job.
Yes. Yes.
And you still do your MC thing.
Yes, I do. And see, that's another thing that's being it's crazy because you know, Instagram. Some people hit me, younger people, like, why are you working? Well, I'm working because I need some money to pay for. I got a mortgage to pay. You understand? I'm working to have a pension plan. So something I've been at the hospital for 5 years now. So I've met my first pension marker, and I'm like, see, that's gonna watch, Sean. And the next 4 years, you're gonna see a lot of rappers and people displaced now because it's gonna be over and they've done nothing else. You understand? And that pipeline is gonna be closed down. And what you gonna do behind that? You understand what I'm saying? And it's like somehow it became not cool to these kids to work. Like,
have a job.
Yeah, to have a job. Like, that's like thought of, oh, he drives a bus or he's a plumber. Like, yo, that's a job, man. Like, are you serious right now? And it behooves me, man. But that's this society.
Yeah, man. I remember growing up, I couldn't wait to get my working papers at 15, 16.
Definitely.
To deliver pizza.
Definitely. Do what I want to do. Make a couple of dollars for myself.
Just so I could say, in the hallway in school, in high school, yo, after school, I gotta go to work.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
It kind of made you feel like you was a little more older.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, Sadat, man, I appreciate you, man.
Definitely.
And, you know, I follow you on your YouTube. I wish you all the best.
Appreciate it.
And you got anything, last things you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Well, like I said, man, I'm glad for, you know, you reaching out to me. Fit over 50, you know, that's a serious thing. Anybody that's my age or older or even younger, you know, like, your health is wealth. You understand? You know, like, I don't care how much money you got. If you're unhealthy, you can't do nothing with it. You can't bring it with you. You understand? I got a new baby daughter she's 3. I want to be around here for a little longer. I want to be able to enjoy life to the fullest. I don't want to be hampered. A lot of people my age, right now, I'm 55. I've got classmates and people that have dropped off the map. You know what I'm saying? They not here no more. I want to be here.
So health is important?
Health is very important. Health is wealth.
You work out?
I work out, but now you gave me a little thing to do. And one thing you got to tell yourself when you are working out is you got to work out. You understand? I mean, you could do a little thing that you think, but you need to be able to feel it at the end. You know, that's what I was taught. When you feel it at the end, that means you worked out. You understand? You did something and you worked out. And by you showing me a little tips today, and I'm going to continue to watch your channel and pick up things, I'm going to be all right.
What about the diet, Sadat?
Oh, very important. Me, I done moved to the South now, so, and you know, when you up in the North, you walking around more, you're walking blocks, you're on the subway. Down South, you need a car to go everywhere. It's a fast food place everywhere down South. Everywhere is somewhere to eat. You can eat out every day, all day, and you get lazy. It's hot. You're home. You eat a big meal sometimes. You tell yourself you're gonna go to the gym in an hour. You eat that meal. I ain't going to the gym. I go tomorrow.
Last thing, Sadat. Last thing. There's some 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, maybe even 30-year-olds, young dudes, all nationalities, all creeds around the world. They're disillusioned. They ain't got no hope. They're depressed. They done made a mistake. They suffered a setback, a reverse, a failure, a defeat, and they don't know. They think their life is over. Give them a little something, man.
Well, my thing is, man, we all fall. at some point in your life, we all fall. It's how you get back up. You understand? We gonna all fall. It's how you get back up. Little things, keeping yourself positive. See, and that becomes a lot of times with the workout. You go to the workout. A lot of times when I go to the workout, I'm thinking about things that I need to do, and that pushes me where now I've had a set time away from the TV, away from the phone. When I've worked, I've focused on my body, my mind is right. I can come out a little bit more clearer thinking wise. So we all fall. Is how you get up.
So in the 20-year-olds, your life ain't over?
Oh, it's far from over. I wish I could go back to 20 years old. It's far from, well, I don't wish I could go back. I'm happy where I'm at, but at 20 years old, you fall, you got enough time to get back up again.
Sadat X, I appreciate you, kid.
Peace.
Peace.